Hello and welcome. My name is Gareth with Lekker Wine Tours. You have found our YouTube channel where we are discovering and investigating the vineyards and the wineries that are in our East Texas area and our footprint for where we do tours. Today we are at Los Pinos, where we have the partner and over it all umbrella. What is your title?
One of the managing partners. My official title is president, but I'm one of four couples that own the winery, and all of us have a role in managing the place. So mine is primarily just overall operations, sales, and share the production responsibilities with oversight anyway with Jeff.
Sure. And how long have you been involved? How long has this been your project?
Since 2009, I've been involved. The winery actually started in 2000. There was a gentleman from California who moved here to Texas with a dream of starting a winery. He looked all over the state and fell in love with East Texas and found this property and bought it in 2000. It was a horse ranch at the time, and had a barn here and a nice pasture that was cleared, great for planting grapes. So that's what he did. He started the winery here in the barn and started planting grapes.
In 2000 was the first year?
2000, yeah. The little tasting room, the barn actually had a dirt floor at the time. The tasting room opened in a corner of the barn in 2001, so we kind of officially say that's when the winery started. And over time grew and expanded and filled the rest of the barn, and then we had a major expansion in 2012 to expand production area.
And why buying a winery? Kind of give me the idea of how you got involved. Have you always been in the wine?
Me personally? Yeah. My wife and I have always been kind of wine lovers, and kind of started out not really knowing that much about it, but it's been a fun educational experience. In 2009, we lived in Dallas at the time, and we're looking around for something to do out here because we loved East Texas too after retirement. And that's about the time the winery was expanding and they needed a little more capital to fund that. And we were offered the opportunity to buy in and jumped at it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So 2009, we're now 23. Lots of evolution.
Absolutely.
Can you kind of walk us through that timeline?
Sure. There were a couple of other partners added in that time, and then in 2013, the original owner decided to go do other things, so the partners bought him out at that time. That was right after the expansion. The restaurant was added before that, probably around 2006 or 7. Wow. After the restaurant was added, we signed on with a distributor to bring our wines to a wider market in Texas. We were in about 350 stores, self-distributed mostly in Northeast Texas before then, and now are in over 1,000 stores around the state.
Wow, that's incredible. And that distributor has always come from kind of in-house. Was that always the goal, was to get this into as many stores as possible? As opposed to some vineyards or some operations that have said, we don't want that distributor. That's kind of not our business model. You've got the opposite.
Right. It helps to spread the word in the market to a larger audience. It also comes with its challenges because just like the Texas wine industry has grown tremendously, there are probably 20,000 brands nationally of wine, so a small winery can get lost in the shuffle of the big distributors. Yeah. So it's a continual challenge for us to try to manage the distributor as well as take care of our smaller customers out here in the Northeast part of the state.
And now today, the restaurant is full swing. We just kind of had a tour this morning of the production facility. It's fantastic. Yeah, what's next?
Absolutely. I think Jeff will probably tell you more about that in the next segment. But yeah, we have a great chef now. We are continually revising the menus, and I don't want to take any of Jeff's thunder. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, we try to make an overall fun, unique experience between the wine tasting, the tours and wine education that we do, the events that we have here, and the restaurant is part of most of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of asking again is what's next for Los Pinos? What's coming up? What can we expect? What does it look like? What does the wine world in kind of your eyes look like in the next 5 years, 10 years?
Okay, that's, as I think I mentioned before, since we started 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, the Texas wine industry has really exploded. We were one of the first 100 wine permits issued in Texas. Okay. I think it was 70 something. Now there's over 700 winery permits in Texas. So we see that growth continuing, and it's benefited all of us in several ways. Part of it is that the overall quality of the wine in Texas has come up a lot in 20 years. There used to be people we would run into that would come here that said, I don't really like Texas wine. I prefer, French or California or whatever. We don't see that too much anymore because the overall quality is better, and we see that only continuing. Yeah. And that's part of the reason we're really excited to have somebody like Jason on board as our winemaker now, because he can really take us to a whole new level, and we're confident that will happen. So really we think that growth is going to continue. We're going to try to manage our growth in a way that we can still make high quality wine. We make about 10,000 cases a year, which isn't huge. It's probably mid-tier by Texas standards. It's tiny by California or West Coast standards. So we want to keep that quality. We don't want to grow so fast that we lose that great quality that we have now.
Yeah. I think that brings me to my next question, which is kind of goes along with what you're saying, but how do you balance the growth versus the quality when the demand is increasing? I think Texas wines are being taken more seriously.
I believe that myself.
Yeah, which is fantastic to see, especially for us, to bringing the consumer to these different facilities. Mm-hmm. It's amazing to see the feedback and the response that we're getting. It's almost consistently, I wasn't expecting that. When I have this tasting, I wasn't expecting it to be this good or this profound or this complex. So how do we keep that quality, but then shoot for the stars and grow as much as possible?
Well, part of it, that really is a function of the production protocols and people and procedures we have in place to ensure that the wine continues to be made in the best possible way, and not to rush it. I think there was an old Gallo commercial at one time that said, "We'll sell no wine before it's time."
Yeah, that's profound.
It absolutely is true, because as you may have heard earlier, there's no magic time when that wine in the barrel matures and is actually ready to sell. So we have to taste it to figure that out. So we're not going to rush anything and try to bring something to market just because we need more wine to sell.
Yeah, that's good to hear. What has been your kind of passion lane in this kind of watching this baby grow? Has it been the winemaking itself, the
obnoxious,
the winemaking, or adding the different experiences that your customers are seeing? Kind of what has been your focus, or the thing you're loving to see the most?
Yeah, mine has really been more sales and customer experience. I tell people, if I get asked occasionally if I'm the winemaker, and I said, no, if I made the wine, you wouldn't want to drink it. So yeah. I like to drink it, and we leave the wine making to people with a lot more experience in that area. But yeah, I've always been in sales. I used to sell computer software before retired and came out here.
Yeah.
So that to me is fun. I enjoy meeting people, and we try to create unique experiences that are fun for people and educational, because I think an educated wine consumer is better for us and better for, all of the East Texas wineries, as well as Texas in general.
I agree completely. And I think that's something that we had a really good connection with, is we have that shared goal, is not for people to drink a lot of wine, but enjoy the wine that they're drinking, and have education and have the story behind it. And why are you tasting these elements versus those? And so that's definitely something that we take a lot of pride in, and it's nice to kind of partner and pair up with vineyards and wineries that are doing the same.
Great. And we think that you guys are fulfilling a need that's been around out here for at least 10 years in having a business that can take consumers to multiple wineries, because we're not like Napa or even Fredericksburg, where you drive down the road and there's a winery every 1,000 feet. So you provide a great service for people to be able to visit several of the East Texas wineries in a day.
And it's
not have to drive.
It's been fantastic. It's been really exciting to kind of be that link between your customers, who are our customers, as well as the vineyards and the wineries, and kind of being the middleman between them. So it's been fantastic. And,
good deal.
And we hope
good to hear.
Yeah, we hope that relationship continues for years to come.
We think so, and hope so too.
Thank you so much for your time. I know that you're a busy man. We appreciate your time and answering a few of our questions, and so we appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming and for doing these sessions. I think it's really beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. If you have enjoyed these videos and would like to see more, we ask that you like, comment, subscribe to our channel. If there are other kinds of videos or vineyards or wineries that you'd like to see content from, give us a comment. Look us up on our website, www.lekkerwine.tours, and all the information on how to sign up, how to get on one of our tours, or how to create a private tour for you and your company, your group, your bachelorette party. We can service all of those. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.